Buffalo's gonna win it both.
The Bills make me wanna kick your heels up and shout.
We've seen why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Now, baby, come on, come on.
No one
Come on
circles the
and
wagon
shout.
like the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, we are live, and we are back. Welcome to another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast. And we here now, y'all. You know what I mean? It was a long wait, definitely a long wait over the off season, but week one is here. We have the game preview, we have our season-long predictions, action-packed show. Definitely getting ready to get an amazing show out there, and you see it, y'all. We told y'all last week, we've been telling y'all for the last couple of weeks that we would have a special guest on the show, and we're going to get to that in a second. But before we do that, shout out to the guys. Rad, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Week one, we back. You know what I'm saying? Happy, excited to talk about. I know everybody might not be excited about the season. It is a little more mysterious than other seasons, but I'm excited, boy. We back, so let's get it.
Absolutely. And Matt, how you doing on this amazing Labor Day? Happy Labor Day to everybody out there.
Doing good, man. You know, good to have a day off. Did some golfing today. You know, trying to, you know, got that little fall weather today. So it's feeling like football season.
You know, it's crazy. When you just said that, I just understood what Labor Day was for. Like Labor Day. But anyways, shout out to the holiday.
You're not representing Hutch Tech well right
now.
No,
I'm not. But shout out to all the Tech. Oh, we all, everybody from Tech. Oh my goodness.
I mean, you know how we go. You know how Tech go.
What a reunion. And listen, we got a special guest, definitely a fan guest. We've been telling y'all we want to do that more fan engagement on our show. And I'm happy to present my cousin, who is a Tech alum. Who was president of his class. I don't think any of us was president of our class. He was president of his class. So shout out to the guy, my guy EJ.
Shout out to B-Wise. B-Wise was the president, right?
Oh, shout out to B-Wise.
Shout out to B-Wise.
Some people call him Pastor Jackson. But how you doing, E, man? What's up?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be on the show with y'all. I watch it all the time, man. So happy to talk Bills football.
And E, for the people out there, Pastor is that's number one, but he does have a profession. E, can you let the people know what that is?
I am also a licensed therapist. I have my own practice, hiding place, individual, family, and marriage therapy. So if you're looking for therapy for yourself, for your family, or as a couple going through some relational problems, hit me up, man. I'm here to help anybody I can.
Absolutely. So if you need that, tap in, you know, the vibes. All right.
Can you help some Bills fans delusional Bills fans?
If they can help me, we can help each other in discussion.
All right, cool.
Listen, we're gonna need some help today. But so let's do it this way. OverdueBillsPod.com, OverdueBillsPod.com. Please go to the website. You can find all of our merch, all of our information on the website. We want you to go there immediately. Shout out to Buffalo Fan Base. Buffalo Fan Base. We are partnering with them with this podcast presented by 26 Shirts. Please go check in and tap into that. We are across all platforms of Buffalo Fan Base and Overdue Bills. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those amazing things. We're on there right now. We want you to go there, like, share, rate and review, subscribe, hit that bell, do all those things to get the show out. Show's going to get bigger and bigger as the season go on, so we just tapping in right now. But y'all know how we start every show. Quick question of the day. And I wanted to ask this because we're in a moving forward state of mind, right? You know, putting those things that are behind us, we're moving forward. So my question is to everybody on the show, what's one thing that happened last year that you do not want to repeat this year? So whether it was a trend, whether it was a player that played a certain way, whatever it was, what's one thing that happened last year that you don't want to happen this year? And I'm going to go with Matt first and then to our guests.
Yeah, so I guess a trend from last year that I don't want to happen this year. I guess it's really I see some comments flying already. It's good. Yep, that's but But yeah, no. Sorry, that caught me off guard a little bit. Good job with that one.
Shout out Tara. Shout out Tara.
Yep, that's a good one. But yeah, basically, I know that's kind of how our defense is built, but the bend but don't break, man. Giving up a lot of big plays. I want to get the defense off the field. I don't want to run into the trend to where the defense is having to bail the offense out. Might be a little trickier this year because the offense is a whole new look offense right now. But I don't want to see us being in a position where the other team is going to be able to get some points. So I want to get rid of that trend this year.
Okay, so Matt wants the defense to get off the field, not bend but don't break. E, what are you looking for? What's something that happened last year that you don't want to repeat this year?
I really thought about this, and what we cannot have happen this year that happened last year with a slow start. Absolutely. We got I think 6 of our first 7 opponents are from the conference, and so if we start out the gate slow, I think it's going to kill us in the end. So we can't have a slow start this season. We got to beat some heavy hitters early in the season. Houston, Baltimore. We're going down to Miami. So we got to come out the gate hot. I'm nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I'm nervous, but we just can't afford to have a slow start this season.
Defense off the field, slow start. It's a theme going on here. But Rad, what's something that we did last year that you don't want to repeat this year? Shout out to everybody in the comments. Appreciate y'all.
That's easy for me. I don't want an offensive coordinator fired in the middle of the season, or any coordinator fired in the middle of the season. Right? And if that happens, that means something's going wrong, and then McDermott is on the field a double hot seat. He probably not gonna make it. So no fire middle of the season firings. That's never a good sign for no team. Even though for some people, it kind of sparked us, or whatever happened, it slowed. The offense figured it out somehow. It had a slower pace, more run first, or more balance, I say. But either way, firing in the middle of the season on either side of the ball is not going to be a good trend for us, and I don't want that to be a thing at all.
Listen, and it's amazing that y'all say this, right? So fire in the middle of the season. Don't want a slow start. Want the defense to get off the field. It sounds to me that points back to one person. His name is Sean McDermott. It just sounds like he's kind of in the middle of all those things. I'm just saying, all I'm saying is it sounds that way. But if you ask me something that happened last year that I don't want to see this year, I'm gonna be honest. Can I be honest? It starts with Josh Allen, right? And it's the turnovers. It's the turnovers. If you look at Twitter,
here you go. You sound like the hater. The players that voted him most overrated. What you mean?
We're gonna get to that in a second. I'm gonna say it this way. I don't think that this team is built to withstand Josh Allen turnovers, like the bad turnovers. I don't think our defense is as special as it has been in the past. I don't think we have the players, the scheme, so to speak, even the talent on offense to kind of just turn it on at any given notice. I don't think we have that this year. So I think Josh Allen has to be methodical, and he has to put the players in the right position in order to get them the ball. And that takes a quarterback and an offensive coordinator. I'm not just blaming on Josh Allen, but I just don't need the turnovers. He's leading the league in turnovers since he's been in the league. That's a real stat. That's not like a crazy stat. That's a real stat. And if we're going to be successful, I think he just needs to tone it down. I would just, instead of 18 interceptions, how about 10? That's it. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
I think honestly, I don't know, but to be fair, I was never a person that was real big on Josh. He stopped turning the ball. Even they were there, but it wasn't. I don't feel like none of them was like crucial to game over. But I do think that's what somewhat got Dorsey out of here. Just the whole how the offense was being ran, the potential turnovers. He wanted a more controlled game to help the defense, and I think that was one of the reasons McDermott got Dorsey out of here. Just because he wanted to help. He wanted the offense to be a complementary to the defense, like help the defense out and not 3 and out. If it's touchdown 3 and out, interception. That's how we kind of was playing, and he didn't like that. So I think that's one of the reasons McDermott got Dorsey out of here. Honestly.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I know I didn't put this necessarily in a rundown, but we do have to ask it since Rad brought it up. It was a huge topic amongst all pundits. It was on all platforms. the players, 103 players, did vote Josh Allen to be overrated in the league, right? That actually happened. It's not hearsay. It's not conjecture. That actually happened. That the people that he played against said that he's overrated for whatever reason, right? They have their own reasons. Rad is saying that Josh Allen could have possibly got Ken Dorsey fired. That's that. I mean, so listen. So what I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna ask our guest.
That's what I said. That's. I don't think I said that, but all right.
I'm going to the homers first. This is the two homers on the show, this platform. So E, how do you feel? And do you agree with the players, the 103 players, stating that Josh Allen is overrated?
No. Oh, you ain't got to finish the question. Okay. No, absolutely not. I think it's a joke. How in the world can you say, even if you look at the numbers, Josh Allen by the numbers is better than any other quarterback in the league except for Patrick Mahomes? The fact of the matter is, if you're going to talk about overrated, everybody under Patrick Mahomes can be considered under overrated. Lamar hasn't won anything. He got 2 MVPs, but what he done in the playoffs, period. Joe Burrow, okay, he went to one. He hasn't done anything else. His stats are nowhere near Josh's, period. Herbert. Okay. Can I keep going? There's nobody else. So if you look at it, who can you say that is really comparable to Josh that's really putting up numbers like that? Now, the only thing, again, if you only want to fault one thing talking about the interceptions, come on now, that's crazy. The intangibles everywhere else is off the chart.
Interesting. Matt, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel definitely, the same way. I mean, you just look at the definition of overrated, right? And how could you say a quarterback that's constantly in the MVP race, that's constantly leading the league in certain stat categories, that's winning games, putting the team on his back and winning games for his team, how could you put them in the overrated category? I can't see it. I don't know which 103 players I don't know if they did all 103 in the AFC East, or what they did, but I don't see it.
Interesting. So we have two people that's going against Rat. Are you on that same train? Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I don't think Josh. I'm gonna leave that to you. You can make your case.
You already know you're about to say something goofy, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna let him make the case. I don't want to step on it. So I'm gonna say no. A lot of things what the guys already said. Josh Allen is the second best, if not third. Where you got him? He in your top 5. He should be in your top 3 quarterbacks in the league. There's only one quarterback he really loses to every year. The same quarterback. And he should have won one of those games. The defense failed him in that game. So I think, Josh Allen's done, everything he could, put this team on his back multiple times. And we in Buffalo. I mean, so we a Buffalo fan. How can, the best quarterback maybe in history, in our history, shout out to Jim Kelly, but he on the hills, overrated, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we got to the AFC Championship game, and he only year 7, year 8. So I think Josh is properly rated for sure.
Sam, don't say nothing good.
Listen. I'm not necessarily saying that I'm agreeing with these players, but what I am saying is that I think that somebody needs to be the voice of reason, and I don't necessarily play devil's advocate here, so I don't give the devil any shine, but I will give the opposite, viewpoint on the matter. I think that what they were really trying to say is that Josh Allen has been put in the upper echelon of not just his peers, but just period. People have called Josh Allen one of the best players to ever play the game, one of the best talents. He's going to be in that Dan Marino. He's going to be in that Elway. He's going to be in that. Okay, I'm just saying he's going to be in that type of that cloth. And I think that what they are saying is that, I'm from Missouri. Show me. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me. I just need to see it. And I don't think that listen, I'm going to be honest. I've been on this platform. I've said that we should entertain trading Josh Allen for 6 first rounds. I've said that on this platform multiple times. And the reason why I've said that is because I do think Josh Allen is a great player. But at the same time, I'm just looking at what he's putting out. Sam. That's all I can judge you by. I'm not a person to judge people off potential. Y'all are.
It's not potential. What are you talking about?
We live in Buffalo. We live in Buffalo. Yes. And we haven't seen a lot of wild things here in Buffalo. But for me, when I look at it, it's just like Josh Allen, he's a good player.
Okay, so let's go down the list. So let's put your theory to the test. Mahomes. Obviously, we going Mahomes. Would you have? Okay.
I don't put those two in the same
Okay.
sentence.
So Joe Burrow.
That's the problem. I'm not comparing him against Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, because they're not. People are not doing that. They're talking about him in the category like John Elway and the players like that.
No, this question. No. You doing that? This question was who's the most overrated player in the NFL today? Not all time.
Nobody asked.
Josh Allen.
Nobody asked the.
Yeah, you wilding right now.
That's what they're saying. They're saying Josh Allen, who hasn't made the Super Bowl. Josh Allen.
Are you agreeing?
I'm agreeing at the fact that has Josh Allen made a Super Bowl?
Yeah, but who
has Josh Allen been called a Super Bowl caliber quarterback?
Absolutely.
What are you talking about?
Stop calling him that if he hasn't made a Super Bowl.
So Lamar Jackson.
No. Let me ask y'all this. Does anybody in here on this platform have a Maybach? No. Should I say?
Oh my God.
Listen, let me ask the question.
I'm gonna let
me ask the question. Should I say, Rad, yo, you drive that's like a Maybach. No, it's not a Maybach. It's not a Maybach. I'm not gonna say that it's a Maybach when it's not a Maybach.
It makes absolutely
I'm just keeping
no
it a set.
I don't know what he's talking about.
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure what he's saying.
Call it what it is.
Josh
Allen he's not a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. He's a divisional caliber quarterback.
Here we go.
Start saying stuff like that. That's all I want y'all to say. He's a divisional caliber quarterback.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask you a question? So after Patrick Mahomes, who you really be just saying stuff. You really say stuff on here to get people riled up.
Honest.
Oh, you're not. So okay, so who we got? Current QBs. So you want to say it's so the ranking would be Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurst. I'm talking about Super Bowl caliber. Who else?
They put up Mike. Okay, wait. Because people got messed up with my analogy. Thank you, Mike. Josh,
he asking the question.
Mike,
Mike,
you get where I'm going with it, though. You get where I'm going with it, though. We're talking like Josh Allen is, you know what I'm saying, top of the line car. But at the end of the day, all I'm saying is what we see on the field is what we see on the field. Josh Allen is not a novice.
Who would you rather have besides Mahomes than Josh Allen?
That's a great question.
Rookie. Anybody that's coming in?
Sam, stop.
Archie
You hear him? You want Jaden Daniels?
I want the kid from Miami. What's the kid name, Matt? You watch college football.
Cam Ward. That's who you want right now over Josh Allen.
Trade 6 rounds for him. Shout out to him. Listen, we gotta move on. We gotta move
on.
on.
Like 6 years in college. It's like 6 years.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. Right now.
I can't listen to that anymore. But let's frame it in a different portion right now. So you say he's a divisional quarterback.
Facts now, by his standards.
So would you say that the let's switch over a different career. Let's go to the Peyton Manning, right? Peyton Manning didn't see a Super Bowl until his 7th year in the league,
right?
Because he had to play against who? He had to play against Tom Brady. He had to play against other quarterbacks that were the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But in that same time, Peyton Manning was regarded as one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history in his short time. Now, so it's I think it's the same thing.
And people had the same criticism of Peyton Manning. That like in real time,
until he got
real time, people had the same criticism.
Nobody said Peyton Manning was overrated, bro.
What I'm saying is
that was never.
Yes, they did. They always talked about Peyton Manning choking in a Super Bowl or going to the playoffs.
That's different between
they always talked about that.
Overrated though. That's different from saying overrated.
What I'm saying is, but he's overrated to the standard that people put him at. That's what we're saying.
No, you're just comparing him to Tom Brady, who was winning.
Can I ask this one question before?
Yes, one question before we move on. We got to move on.
Is Josh Allen the reason why we did not advance in every playoff game that we've had?
I'm glad you asked that question. We're going to answer it. We're going to answer it with this question here, because I like to do this exercise. I like to do this exercise with homers. What Bill says, I want everybody in the comments. If you do not answer this question, shame on you in the comments. If you do not answer this question, shame on you. We have to be realistic with our team, and I want us to have realistic expectations. So I'm asking this to everybody in the comments. Who is the worst player on the roster? I'm asking it. I want everybody to be honest about it.
What kind of question?
No. We have to be honest about our team.
Okay.
Who is the worst player on the roster? I'm going to Matt first, the biggest homer. Optimistic Matt.
I mean,
it's an obvious answer.
Yeah, I mean, it's you. Are we talking starters or just the roster?
You just listen. Whatever comes to your mind. Who is the worst player on the roster?
Well, the first person that comes to mind for me is probably, I'm gonna just go with the starters because I'm not even gonna get into reserves and best players. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Spencer Brown. I'm gonna go Spencer Brown, probably the worst player on our starting roster. I'm gonna throw that in there. Spencer
Brown. Listen, I want to see people in it. Somebody said Mitch. Shout out to Mitch. Somebody said Spencer Brown. I want to see it in the comments. I'm gonna go to Rat. I'm gonna give her guest time because he's a homer too. Rat, who is the worst player on the roster?
It's Mr. Trubisky. He shouldn't be in the NFL.
Interesting. That's okay. That's crazy.
He should have kept Anthony Brown.
He's bad. Mr. Trubisky is legit one of the worst quarterbacks I've watched. Okay. Picky Pete level. Terrible.
Well, they got Mike White now. They got Mike White. He might be gone.
Shout out Mike White, but
who is the worst player on the roster?
I don't know why Casey Toohill's on this roster. I'm very upset that they kept him. He was injured during the preseason, and I don't know why he's here. You could have got anybody instead of him. So I think that's a waste of spot.
I like this one. Shout out to Matt Bass.
Absolutely. Tyler Bass is definitely in this conversation.
Let's talk about it.
Garbage. Like just bad. It's a bad.
Well, let's ask it a different way. Let's ask it a different way.
I gotta answer mine.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hold that.
Here we go.
Hold that.
Here we go.
Shout out to Mike answer too, because Von Miller was definitely in the conversation. He's floating around in my mind. But I'm gonna be honest, and I've been saying this, and people are gonna get upset at me. I'm sorry, everybody. Y'all gonna throw tomatoes at me, but it's Buffalo Joe. I think we just got to be honest about it, y'all. I think we got to be honest about it. I know y'all gonna be upset at me, but it's Buffalo Joe. Honestly, God, if you look at it this way, if you look at all the teams in the NFL, you rarely see stories like this simply because those players just really don't have the talent to be on the team. And I think that the fact that Brandon Beane did it is showing the chinks in his armor. The fact that Brandon Beane, I'm just going to be honest, y'all.
If you think that he did this for a story,
Brandon Beane signed him and he made the team. How about that view?
Story. That's just the facts of the matter.
Can I say something real quick?
What publicity do we need right now? What is the motive to run a story like that?
Nobody has been talking about the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills have been an afterthought, and then lo and behold, he brings Buffalo Joe. I mean, what are we talking about?
I'm gonna say, hold on.
On the team.
Talking about?
Let's keep it a fact.
Andreessen balled out in the preseason. If you want to fault the admin for trying to just get attention, it's them drafting that dude from London in the draft instead of picking somebody that they really needed. That was like, yo, what are we doing? We need receivers. Y'all getting somebody who never played football before. Like, what are we talking about?
Put up Matt, whoever Matt Ealer. Shout out to Matt. He's been talking facts. Let me say this. When have we ever?
Not on your side, by the way.
When have we ever he's his bit one-dimensional, but when have we ever in the years of Brandon Beane, everybody answer this question. When have we ever seen somebody in the preseason play good and he picked them? Name that person. Just name it.
Well, for once,
he never does that, y'all.
Well, let's talk about. We're talking about the vacuum. For one, Matt Milano is out until December, hopefully. So that played a big part in him picking them. The depth of our linebacker position is thinner, and when he got the opportunity to play with the ones and twos, he showed out. So you got to put a lot of things in the fact. He didn't pick Frank Gore, who played good, obviously, but he picked the depth piece, and Andreessen was balling, and he could tackle. Like, what are you talking about? And he great for special teams. He gonna play
it's a depth position that we need, and at the end of the day,
if you can
got to make that decision. If you throw him on the practice squad, our 31 other NFL teams not going to get him.
I think that nobody's going to get him.
I think that answer was somebody's going to get him, so you don't want to run that risk because you have that potential in that position.
We should have did it.
So
we should.
It is what it is.
But why can't you give Brandon Beane credit for one, giving him the tryout, and two, saying, "Hey, this is a trial. He did good." What do you mean?
It's not even a matter of a tryout, though. He was literally on the Dick Butkus list for the past 2 seasons in college football, not just UB. College football. That's the top linebacker in college football. He was in a top 10 finalist the past 2 seasons. That game is game.
I wish Buffalo Joe.
It is what it is.
I pray for his family. I hope he does amazing in his endeavors. I'm just being honest about our team. That's all I'm saying. When I look around the league, I don't see those stories, and it's actually for a reason. Because those players are not good enough. They just do it. They got it's an extra factor. But y'all can
shout out to our guy. Shout out to our guy. He was on the show. Shout out to our guy, Naaman Roosevelt. Very similar story. UB showed up, showed out, came in for the Bills.
You saw that.
He was good for. He had a couple. We have a couple good games for us.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, we don't want to be honest. Shout out to Naaman. I want all these players to make it. I think y'all making it seem like I don't want all these players to make it, and I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that it's a reason why.
I feel like you could pick a lot of other people who's not good on our roster.
Yeah, I feel like it's a reach. I feel like that's a reach saying that we picked him just because he's a Buffalo guy.
Yeah, because
at the end of the day,
I'm so happy. Justin Shorter didn't make it. He was trash. So like people like that, I'm fine. He's better. I mean, he can help our team today more so than a Justin Shorter or whoever.
MBS is worse than he can't catch a cold. So I mean, like he's terrible. But
if you talk about the worst.
Buffalo Joe doesn't
talk about receivers.
The worst player on our roster does Josh Allen even get thought of? On he's not even close. Like we're talking about who you asked who the worst player on the roster is too. Like the overrated with Josh, that Josh never even remotely comes up in that conversation. So
we have a bad roster though, Matt. So I mean, it's not hard. We have a.
You could throw him on any roster, and that conversation
got a couple challenging position groups, but that's it. Bad roster.
We have a bad roster. But anyways, okay. With that being said, listen. We gotta loosen up, y'all, because we have to be honest. I'm saying this. We gotta loosen up. I'm saying this because us as Buffalo Bills fans, we have to be honest about our team, and I want us to be honest moving forward. And with that being said, let's do our game preview. We're going to go to Matt first to talk about our injuries just to make sure we know who's actually playing in the game. But we're going to do our game preview. We have a big game coming up Sunday, 1:00 here. We have some season ticket holders. I know Matt, he is a season ticket holder. I will be there at the game. I will be on site. So the game is actually going on now. I will be there on site. And what I'm going to ask everybody, I want 2 things. We're going to talk about recipe for success. I want 2 things that we're going to do in this game Sunday that's going to make us successful. So put it in the comments. 2 things I want to see. But Matt, can you do this before you get into that? Talk about who's playing and who's not playing, and then you can give your recipe for success.
Yeah, I mean, they're right now the injury report is looking light as far as like who's actually out. Just some guys that are day to day. Curtis Samuel still with the turf toe. I'm just gonna talk notables here. Curtis Samuel with the turf toe. MVS is still week to week with the neck. And then yep. So that's really the big hitters that I want to talk about. Everybody, but it'll come out in the next couple of days too, as we get closer. But as of right now, it's looking like those 2 might be the only serious ones that might not play.
Okay. Now let me get your recipe for success. I see run the ball, rush the passer. And sometimes I don't know. Please don't think that I don't do anything for clicks. Everything that I say, I believe. I've been saying this. I'm very consistent. I see people in the comments. I've literally been saying everything. Matt and Rack and everybody in the comments can attest. I'm always consistent. Like I've been speaking like this from the beginning of time. But Matt, what's your recipe for success? Shout out to everybody in the comments, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, so the recipe for success is just, I mean, it's simple, but just be the better team. I mean, on paper, I think that we have the overall better roster. I think we have the better team. I think we have historically, I think just the team as a whole, I think we're better. So with that, just go out, be the better team. Obviously, where we are obviously better on the scales, right? Where we're better, let's dominate those areas. I think our defensive line is our strongest point of our team. And I think those guys are going to be the difference makers in the game. You got, Greg Rousseau on a contract year. I don't know how Vaughn's going to look coming out. Epinesa coming off of a great season. Ed Oliver coming off of a great season. We got guys and we got depth players in Javon Solomon. We got guys on that side of the ball. Let's get Kyler Murray, out of sorts early. It's going to be a home game. It's going to be the home opener. I think it's going to be really crazy. And then obviously, Josh Allen showing that he's the best player in football and dominate.
See what I'm saying? That's why they saying he overrated, because Matt's saying silly stuff like that. He's not the best player in football.
You can back it up with numbers. When you can back it up with numbers, it's very easy. It's very easy to say that he is.
Divisional round. That's not the best in football. Stop saying that. That's the problem. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Y'all see it? It just happened. Thank you. All right. What's two things? Recipe for success.
Matt, I agree with you. I don't know what you're talking
goodness.
About. I think the two things we got to do. Number one, it's been said, we got to rush the quarterback. You got to get Kyler Murray off his game early. You got to get pressure. I'm hoping these boys can overpower their O-line and get pressure on Kyler Murray from the jump. He's quick, but if we could keep him on his feet and scrambling, I think that'd be good. But here, my concern, the second thing, I need to see an efficient offense. I'm nervous because we haven't seen our ones really the entire preseason. And so, I know these boys practice, I get all that, but they haven't seen game action together. And I'm afraid it may take a couple series, maybe even a couple quarters for them to get clicking. So I need to see an efficient first offense. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little nervous because these boys really didn't get that much game practice.
Rad, what do you say?
So I'm gonna leave one. I'm gonna leave my one. Key success. I'm gonna leave that because that goes into like our season long prediction. I'm a little cliffhanger there, but I think honestly this is a good test for us, right? Is Kyler Murray a top 5 quarterback in the league? No, but in certain games he can make you think like that because how he can extend plays, how he can throw the ball. So keeping him contained. They got a young stud over Marvin Harrison Jr. Obviously, they got a tight end, McBride. They got James Conner out the backfield, right? So they got pieces where a lot of these teams in the AFC, the Mahomes, the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Bengals, the teams similar. What they got, even Michael Wilson, even somebody like a Michael Wilson. So I think this is a good test for us early on with a good quarterback, above average quarterback, so we can keep him contained. Not give up the big play, not let him scramble around back there, like a little smurf and, get the ball off to Marvin Harrison Jr. So I think for me is the defense, like Matt said, been not breaking, not giving up the big play, not giving up them touchdowns, giving up field goals. And I think it's a great test for our defense early on. So the keys for me is just getting off the field on third downs, not letting Kyler Murray being, wreck the game. He's a player that can wreck the game. So just containing him.
Let me say this because I got a little bit of time today. Listen, y'all. Josh Allen has not won a Super Bowl. Stop comparing him to people who won Super Bowls. LeBron James has won a championship. Like, it's not a comparison. Like, so stop. Anyways, let's talk about this. Here's the keys to success. One is coaching, and this is why it's coaching. I like my teams focused. When I seen that first preseason game, that was an unfocused team. I don't know what Sean McDermott was doing, but it was just an unfocused team. I didn't like it. It wasn't becoming of anything. Even when we played the Pittsburgh Steelers, I don't think it was last year, it was the year before, that was an unfocused team on the first game of the season. Awful, coming out lackluster. I don't like that. And for him to have a quote unquote, spirit to just, we want that to permeate through our program, and for him to be on his P's and Q's all the time, that's the rep that Sean McDermott gets. I heard some different things. I told us on a couple shows ago. Y'all heard it first here that Sean McDermott may have lost the locker room. I'm just saying, I heard it firsthand knowledge. Y'all can take it for what it's worth. I can say he's not plugged in. I'm plugged in.
Hey,
I'm legit plugged in. Everybody knows that I'm plugged in, and y'all know how I'm plugged in. And I heard it on firsthand. A starter. I'm not gonna say what side of the ball. A starter said that Sean McDermott may or may not have lost the locker room. Y'all take it for what it's worth. But I say coaching because we're playing a team that beat us on a Hail Mary. right? I don't know if y'all remember that. We're playing a team that beat us on the Hail Mary, even though D-Hop is not there. But that's something that should be brought up in the locker room. He should come and say that this is what happened and we got to pay back. I want to hear stuff like that. That's what I want from my coaches. Swanson, firsthand knowledge. Facts. But like legit facts. I got time today. I'm responding to every comment.
Please don't.
So coaching has to be there. We got to get our players in a position to win. So I need to see coaching. That's the recipe for success. And also, he was on the right tail with an efficient offense, but I'm going to tailor it to an explosive offense. We're playing a team who is a top 5, bottom of the league defense. That is a fact. They have no blue chippers on that side of the ball. So we don't need to methodically do it. We need to get chunk plays. We need to gash them. Like, that's what I'm looking for. Who is going to be that explosive? It could be James Cook. I don't know. He has to catch the ball. Shout out to James Cook. Hopefully he'll be on the platform. I love him for now. But
let him cook.
I'm trying to get James Cook on the platform. We'll be on the lookout for that, y'all. But if it's Shakir, I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be No Shoes Holland. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be. I'm just being honest. I don't know who
it's going. You know what's going to be? It's going to be our quarterback that's overrated, Josh Allen. Okay. That's who it's going to be. Explosive plays. He can throw the ball the whole field. He can run the ball the whole field. Josh Allen is going to be the best player on the field. Period. He's the explosive play guy.
So is that the player that you're watching? And I'm going to ask everybody this question. Everybody in the comments, let me know. Oh, my God. Somebody's saying James Cook is a liability. Put that up there. That's what somebody said. I'm asking the question. In this game, Matt, what players are we looking at? Like, who are we focusing on, right? You talked about a little bit before, but give me a player or two that you're focusing on. I'm going to go around the room. I want everybody in the comments to say their player.
Yeah, so I'll go with 2. I think that this is going to be start the Greg Rousseau era. Leonard Floyd is gone. Somebody's got to step up and fill that role, right? And lead the team in sacks, get after the quarterback. I think Greg obviously showed he was looking to be on another level in the preseason. Obviously, it's preseason, but it's another thing. Now, the other important position that I'm looking at is whoever's starting at linebacker. In the Matt Milano spot. You got Dorian Williams. I think he can come in and play pretty good, but I think Rad said it earlier, or somebody said it earlier about Trey McBride. That's going to be a very big matchup in that spot, either him or James Conner coming out of the backfield. So we don't want to get smoked by those 2 players. I think that second linebacker.
We could cook a little bit. I got him in fantasy, so you know what I mean, just a little bit. Nothing too crazy.
But it's I mean, we saw it last year in the Terrell Bernard role where we didn't know what we were going to get until that switch flipped week 1, right? And I think I'm interested to see if anybody's really going to make the jump in that secondary spot, losing Tyrell Dodson as well.
Oh God. Who are you focusing on? Shout out to Tyrell Dodson.
The entire wide receiving core.
Okay.
I am going to die on this hill. I don't care what nobody say. I think it was a foolish move to let go of Stephon Diggs. Everybody can disagree. I think it was foolish to let him go. And so now, who is going to catch the ball? Because boys know when we were looking at these dudes in training camp, a lot of dudes had the dropsies, and I'm a little nervous about who is going to be. People keep hyping up Shakir. I hope he's great, but the fact of the matter is Shakir has never faced the ones. He has never faced anybody's best DB. So what's getting ready to happen now that boys may double him? Who is coming up? Keon Coleman, I hope he's great, but he's still a rook. We got Mac Hollins. Our receiving core is
trash.
I'm not even trying to be funny because I'm a Bills fan through and through, but our receiving core is really piecemeal with a lot of cats that wasn't doing well on other squads. I hope Curtis Samuel, but he's injured. MBS, we know his deal. So it's like I'm looking at the whole wide receiving core, and I hope these boys can catch the ball, get open, but I got to see it first because I'm a little nervous.
Well, hopefully I ease your pain here because my guy is Khalil Shakir, right?
All right.
And this is why because I'm not. Sometimes you got to trust these GMs, especially the good ones, and I think Brandon Beane is a good one, if not great. Right. And one of his first things Brandon Beane did when he came in is he traded for Stephon Diggs because he knew we needed an explosive weapon. He knew how important it is to have an outside guy there to be successful. Right. So he traded him and we signed Curtis Samuel. And And with all the things y'all saying in the preseason training camp, we didn't add nobody in cuts or nothing like that. So they're confident in what we're going into moving forward, right? So I think this year, Terrell Bernard is secure, right? Last year, I was so crazy. I said last year, I'm like, how are we not replacing Edmonds? Why are we not placing Edmonds? What is Brandon Beane doing? He sleep at the wheel. He did not replace the middle linebacker. And what is we doing? We all was like, we ain't see nothing from Bernard all preseason. He didn't play. He came out, guns blazing, replaced them. We was happy. I think Shakir is that guy. I think coming in his rookie year, I saw me and Sam was hyped. Sam, I don't know what happened.
No, I'm with you. I was there. I was there.
I watched Shakir film. That boy is a football player. Give him some time. He's going to be nice. Year 3, Shakir is. I think he's a 1,000-yard receiver, 8+ touchdowns. I think he is this year to Will Bernard, where we feel like we didn't replace the wide receiver room. There's nobody in the wide receiver. I think he's the guy that Brandon Beane, McDermott, and Brady has looked at and identified and said he's going to be our number one guy. Obviously, we got Kincaid, too. I think he's going to be a dog, top 5 tight end. But in the wide receiver room specifically, I think Shakir is the guy that everybody is fine with. That's why we ain't making a big hoopla. That's why Brandon Beane didn't make a move. So that's this year. Terrell Bernard is Khalil Shakir. Book it.
Mike, shout out to Mike in the comments. Shout out to Mike D. Just had a child. So you know he going through the ringer right now. But he killing you, Matt. He is killing you right in the comments. Mike is killing you. But I will say this: I was on Shakir. We know how to spot talent.
I don't hear unless it's on the show, G.
Yeah. For me, I'm gonna be honest. And if you're a football player, you know the game is won where in the trenches, right? And so Deion Dawkins, David Edwards, Connor McGovern, Osiris Torrance, and Spencer Brown. They're my players to watch, right? Because we're going against a bad defense, not a good pass rush, right? So we should be able to win at the point of attack, and that's the point of attack right there. We should be able to gash them for yards, right? James Cook should have holes out there, right? We should see Ray Davis pop a couple. We should see Josh Allen with time and not sprinting around, running around like with his head cut off, right? That's what I'm looking for. If we should at least be able to dominate the bad defensive line, right? When we go up against top tier defensive lines, okay, we'll see. We have to scheme that. But like at least when we go up against these teams, we should be able to dominate it. And from my understanding, our offensive line is garbage, right? We have a lot of like subpar players. Spencer Brown is probably one of the worst, according to PFF. He's one of the worst tackles in the league, according to PFF. Not me, not Sam. I know everybody gets on me. According to PFF, Spencer Brown's one of the worst tackles in the league. Deion Dawkins, y'all see he doing commercials. I don't know what's going on.
Stop paying my man.
I'm just being honest. He was on, he was on Montana, and now he's doing commercials. So y'all do the math. Conor McGregor, he's our new center, right? We don't have Mitch McGarry. Even though I was critical of him every time he blocked, he always would do that. But regardless, the line is where things happen. That's we win the game in the trenches. And Matt talked about the defensive line. I'm talking about the offensive line. That's who I'm looking at. I'm keying in on that. Everybody knows I watch the all 24. So every lineman, I'm going to watch. Yeah, all 22.
All
right.
24. He's got the.
I'm about to explain.
He's got the bootleg version.
Get the upgrade. We got it.
Got the Cody version. Shout out to the Cody, man.
The reason why I said that is because I like to watch coaches. I like to watch coach behavior. And that's just me. I like to watch coach behavior.
You tried to save it. That was a good attempt.
I wasn't going to save it. It's just a fact. I watch coach behavior. I watch the sideline.
You're watching it on Tubi. That's what you do.
No, I mean, I'm at the game. So, I mean, that's the first thing I look at. I look at the coach behavior.
That's the all 24, man. It includes the locker room.
Shout out to Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe, bro. All 24.
Definitely shout out to Kobe. But let's do this. Let's do this. Since we here, let's do score predictions, and we're going to do season-long predictions. All right? So let's do score predictions for the game. I want to see everybody's score predictions in the comments. All right. Let me see it. Rad.
I think this is the first week of the season. I think the Bills, start strong. I'm not saying we're gonna blow this team out and nothing like that. I think it's gonna be a little, some points gonna be scored. I got the Bills winning by more than a field goal. I think we're a better team. I say 25-21 Bills.
25-21 Bills?
Yeah. Safety. I don't know. Something.
Wow. 25-21 Bills. That's insane. Okay.
What's the spread?
I think it's 5.5. Spread is 5.
Oh, what you mean? All right. Sounds good.
Matt, what you think?
You want me to go last so I can do the contest?
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry, everybody. What's your
Little
score?
rusty.
What's your score?
I'm going with 27-13 Bills.
Okay. Oh, 2 touchdowns. I like it.
27-13 Bills. I keep repeating it because I want everybody to hear it over and over and over and over again. For me, y'all gonna be like, "Oh my God, this is insane." But I'm always honest. Y'all know I'm always honest. I got 27 Cardinals, 21 Bills. I do. I got us losing the first game of the season. Listen. I got us losing the first game of the season. I think that Arizona's gonna come out guns blazing. It's gonna be a close game, and they're gonna score. They're gonna put up 27 points. I don't know if everybody in the comments knew this. And shout out to DeMar Hamlin. He just signed my son's book back and a couple other things. DeMar Hamlin is awful. Like he is one of the worst players on our team. And the fact that they're telling me that DeMar Hamlin is back to where he was at, he was bad then before the accident. So I know he's going to be bad now. And y'all talking about, I'm sorry, Matt, let's go. So Matt, you could talk about our contest. I'm going to give it to you.
So we're going to run that first contest. Those of you who have been following us since the beginning, we run a contest every week for the score prediction. We like to give back to the fans, right? So definitely make sure you're following along on our social platforms, things like that, for contests every week. We either do a giveaway with some merch, or we have a sponsor that we use to kind of help them out and give away some things. We haven't got a sponsor yet, so we are gonna do some merch. Sometimes we do both, especially around the holidays. We do some bonuses, things like that. But with that being said, the contest this week, our score prediction, you're going to predict the score for the Bills versus Cardinals home opener this Sunday. And as a tiebreaker, we're going to do two tiebreakers as always. First tiebreaker is going to be Josh Allen's passing yards, and then the secondary tiebreaker is going to be James Cook rushing yards.
Okay.
So we'll use those two this week. The winner is going to get a Overdue Bills t-shirt sent to them. So, definitely everybody look out for the contest. How to participate is going to be across all platforms. So we're not going to leave anybody out. But with that being said, I'm going to predict. I think 5 is too low, man. I think 5 is too low. I think you can call me a homer, whatever you want to do. They opened up, I think, as 8.5, and it went down to 5. So I think 5 is too low. I think we get out of there with a touchdown win. At least. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say 28-20, I think, is the final score we go with this week. I usually am up in the 30s, but I got to see what our new look Bills offense can do.
Interesting. Listen, when we do our game preview shows moving forward, we're going to highlight certain players. We're going to give predictions as it relates to passing, rushing, all those things. So definitely as we move forward, we're going to do that. But for now, we have not given out our season-long predictions, and we're right at the time that we want to be. So we're going to give out our season-long predictions. If we're going to grant anybody an award on our team, a season-long award, rookie of the year, whatever the case is, we're going to do that right now, and then we're going to get up the show. So we're going to do it. I want to see everybody season-long predictions. What is your season-long predictions? And obviously, if the Bills is making the playoffs, then state that. So I'm going to go to Matt first. Matt is going to give his season-long prediction on his record on the team. Matt, let me hear it.
So we're just doing what are we doing everything right now? We're doing season record on the team.
I just want to just do season record, season-long prediction.
All right, I'm going to go 12-5.
Matt got 12-5. And Matt, do you have us making the Super Bowl?
I do have us making the Super Bowl.
Who? Of course, he was going to say that. All right. So Matt, Super Bowl, and the Bills 12-5. Let me hear it.
I'm saying 11-6.
Bills Super Bowl.
And my fandom says yes, we're gonna make it to the Super Bowl. I say it every year, and I will not stop now.
Okay, Brad, let me hear it. Season-long predictions. The Bills making it to the Super Bowl.
I feel like 11-6. I say 11-6, 12-5, 12-5 between those two.
Brad, 11-6 and 12-5. You do this every year.
do you
Pick
mean?
one.
One week,
pick
one season I picked them to go 16-0. So that's not true.
That was
That's
insane.
deep.
That's not true. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna go 12-5, and Super Bowl to be determined. I'm not picking yet.
Every year with Josh, I mean, I'm going to pick the Super Bowl. I'll just throw that foreshadowing out for years to come.
Here we go.
Listen. Y'all know I'm a Bills fan through and through. And I honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I contemplated 8 and 9. I did
8 and 9.
Listen. I contemplated 8 and 9 that we weren't going to make the playoffs, but I do think Josh Allen is good enough.
You fooled me.
I'll give Josh Allen. Yeah. I'm really at 10-6, 10-7, 11-6. I'm really, but I'm probably gonna go 10-7 because I think we are going to lose this first game. 10-7. I think the division may be a little bit of a gauntlet, even though I don't like some of those teams. I do think we're either going to be first or second in the division, probably first. But surprisingly, let me say this. I do have the Bills going far in the playoffs. I think Josh Allen's going to hit a little run. I do see AFC Championship, and the ball is up in the air on that. So I'm just going to be honest on that. I think if we get into the playoffs, we're going to make some noise. But I think the 10-7 will humble Josh Allen. That's what I'm predicting. That he's not necessarily going to have the season that everybody may predict, but it's going to humble him. We're going to sneak into the playoffs, and then he's going to have to put it up. All right? So that's how I feel about it.
Why does he need to be humbled? I'm sorry. I know time is up.
I'm gonna tell y'all why. I said it on a couple shows ago. I told you I got firsthand knowledge. I can say I don't, but I do. I heard it firsthand.
About Josh
Allen. Some have said in the locker room that Josh Allen doesn't watch enough film. He doesn't study. He doesn't prepare enough. Two prominent receivers. I'm just telling you what has been said. They may or may not be on our team right now. They may or they may not be on our team. You can take it for what that's worth. But some have said that Josh Allen does not prepare enough. He doesn't take enough time in the rooms, where he needs to be, learning film, learning play call, and so on and so forth. And I don't know if y'all know this, but it sounds like it coincides. Allegedly, Josh Allen was given the reins to make the first 6 plays every game. You do the math. Y'all saw the first 6 plays. But all right, Matt, award season. I don't know why y'all be acting like this is real information, y'all.
Is it?
But yes, it is.
Right.
Is anybody on our team going to get an award? Let me just throw it out there. Anybody can answer.
Yeah, I think this is the year. I think this is actually the year we're going to get 2 awards. We're going to get 2 big awards. We got an MVP.
Matt says every year.
And I think honestly, arguably should have been last year, but Sean McDermott is going to get Coach of the Year this year. Doing less with more, right? Or doing more with less. I'm sorry. Doing more with less, right? On paper, he got the best quarterback in the league. A banged up defense. He led a banged up team. They had that crate. They looked like they were dead in the water halfway through the season. Came back, obviously won the division again, and did their thing. I think this year everybody's counting the Bills out. I think he puts together another strong season, and I think again we win the division and come out of there. I think he gets his first Coach of the Year.
I'm gonna say no, and I'm glad. I don't think anybody's gonna win an award this year. I don't really care about regular season awards. I want awards from the postseason, and so keep these boys hungry. If they don't recognize you for the regular season, that's fine. Go out and get into the postseason.
Right.
I got Von winning comeback player of the year. Let's talk about it.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Let's talk about it.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Von Miller,
I like it.
Comeback player of the year. So Priest can shut up, man. Let's get it.
I think I got probably Sean McDermott first coach fired. But listen. We'll see. I don't know. Y'all might want to bet that. But all right. Listen, we got to get off this show. We appreciate everybody in the comments. I'm just being honest. Y'all know me. I've been consistent throughout our years here. We appreciate all the fans. Shout out to y'all. Y'all been great in the comments. We ask you to like, share, rate, and review, subscribe, do all those amazing things. OverdueBillsPod.com. overduebillspod.com. Get your merch, man. It's hoodie season out there. It's actually freezing outside. So please get your merch for the game. It's going to be 63 degrees. We want you to get a hoodie. You can just call us up, hit us, DM us. We'll get it to you. We got everybody in the right place. We got people at the post office. We got it on lock, y'all. It's not going to go to Rochester. It'll go straight to y'all. It's not, we don't do that here. But shout out to our special guest. Shout out to E. Tell them where they can find you in your profession and what you do. Just real.
Find me at Friendship Baptist Church.
Absolutely.
Everybody looking for the Lord.
But
Friendship. But if you need therapy, if you need counseling, hiding place, individual, family, and marriage therapy, working with individuals, your whole family. If you have a relationship problems, come talk to me. 1868 Niagara Falls Boulevard, Suite 103. Listen, take all major insurances. Whatever you need, we got you.
Yes,
We're here to work with you.
All right, shout out to everybody that got insurance. I'm not gonna get into politics, but so you do the math. But we appreciate everybody. Listen, appreciate everybody. Shout out to Buffalo fan base, man, with record numbers, man. We appreciate all y'all on Twitter, commenting on Facebook, YouTube. Remember, share it, and y'all know how we end every show with a little bit of that. Hey.
Only Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
Kick your heels up and down.
Let's see why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout.
Buffalo Bills go undefeated.